Pause. Breathe. Feel the space between your thoughts. You are not here by accident. Something ancient in you recognized this moment. Across centuries of fire, exile, sword, and erasure, a thread of living knowledge has been guarded, not in books alone, but in the direct transmission from one awakened heart to another. Men and women walked singing into flames rather than betray it. Monks stayed among smoking ruins when empires fell. Philosophers burned at stakes while the stars they loved wheeled overhead. They did not die for dogma. They died for the possibility that you, right now, can know the divine directly, without mediator, without institution, without permission. This is that transmission. Part 1. The Fire at Montségur, the Cathar Witness. In the spring of 1244, on a cold March morning in the foothills of the Pyrenees, more than 200 men and women, Cathar Perfecti, walked down from the mountain fortress of Montségur. They had been given a choice: renounce their path and live, or keep it and burn. They chose the fire. They sang as they walked. Eyewitnesses, even their enemies, recorded the strange calm, the absence of terror. Bishop Bertrand Marty led them. They had spent the final 2 weeks in fasting and prayer. Many soldiers received the consolamentum, the laying on of hands, and joined them in death. Between 210 and 225 souls mounted the pyre voluntarily. No stakes were needed. They embraced the flames. Why? What could be worth this? The Cathars taught that the material world was the creation of a lesser god, a flawed architect, and that the true God was pure spirit, accessible only through inner purification. Salvation was not through sacraments administered by corrupt priests, but through a direct spiritual baptism, the consolamentum. This was no symbolic ritual. It was a transmission of the Holy Spirit from one perfected soul to another, creating an unbroken chain back to the apostles and to Christ himself. The Perfecti lived in radical simplicity: no meat, no sex, no oaths, no property. They welcomed women as equals. Many were Perfecti. They rejected the Church's wealth, its crusades, its control over salvation. For this, Pope Innocent III launched the Albigensian Crusade, one of the bloodiest internal wars in Christian history. Whole cities were slaughtered. At Béziers in 1209, when asked how to tell Cathar from Catholic, the papal legate reportedly said, "Kill them all. God will know his own." Yet the knowledge survived. Hidden in remote villages, passed mouth to ear, hand to head. The Cathar stream carried a memory of Gnostic Christianity, direct gnosis over ecclesiastical authority. It echoed earlier streams, the Essenes, the Desert Fathers. Analysis. The Cathar tragedy reveals a recurring pattern. Whenever a tradition emphasizes direct access to the sacred, institutions react with violence. Why? Because direct knowing democratizes power. It removes the need for gatekeepers. The Church in the 13th century derived enormous wealth and control from mediated salvation. The Cathars threatened the entire monopoly. Yet fire cannot burn truth. The singing into the flames became legend. That transmission did not die. It flowed underground. Practical invitation: sit quietly. Place your right hand on your heart, left hand on top. Feel the warmth. Whisper inwardly, "I receive the light that cannot be taken." Hold for 10 breaths. Part 2. The Ruins of Nalanda, the monk who stayed, 1235 CE. Nearly 1,000 years earlier and half a world away, another fire consumed knowledge. In 1193, Bakhtiar Khilji's forces sacked Nalanda Mahavihara, one of the greatest universities humanity has ever known. Libraries with millions of manuscripts burned for months. Monks were slaughtered. Yet in 1235, the Tibetan pilgrim Dharmasvaman arrived to find not total desolation, but a quiet miracle. Only 2 viharas remained functional. About 70 monks still lived there under the aged abbot Rahula Shribhadra. Teaching continued. The transmission of wisdom went on. Nalanda was not merely a library. It was a living laboratory of consciousness. Students studied logic, medicine, astronomy, and above all, the direct realization of emptiness and luminosity. Teachers like Nagarjuna developed methods of debate and meditation that sharpened the mind like a blade. The knowledge did not vanish. It migrated. Terma, hidden treasure teachings, were concealed by Padmasambhava precisely for times like these. These were realizations seeded directly into the continuum of awakened beings. Deeper analysis. Nalanda represents the pinnacle of institutional support, yet even it proved fragile. What survives is the living lineage, teacher to student, mind to mind. An old monk in ruined halls. This is the archetype of the guardian. Compare this to the Cathars. Both traditions faced violent erasure, both preserved direct transmission. In Vajrayana, the Abhisheka is the parallel to Consolamentum, a transmission that authorizes realization. Modern parallel and warning. Today, digital archives seem permanent. Yet knowledge is again centralized, monetized, censored. AI summarizes ancient texts, but cannot transmit the living spark. Practice. Visualize a single flame in an empty hall. Rest your attention there. This is the essence of shamatha leading to vipassana, the calm abiding that reveals luminous emptiness. Part 3. Kashmir Shaivism, recognition in the body of fire. While Buddhism retreated from India, another tradition flowered in the Kashmir Valley. Trika Shaivism. Masters like Abhinavagupta synthesized Tantra and philosophy into a non-dual vision. The entire universe is the playful expression of Shiva, pure consciousness. You do not become divine. You recognize that you have always been Shiva. Shaktipat, the descent of grace, can occur spontaneously or through a master's touch, awakening Kundalini and dissolving the illusion of separation. This tradition too faced suppression by orthodox forces and invasions, yet manuscripts survived and the lineage continued through householder practitioners and hidden yogis. Analysis. Kashmir Shaivism offers the most sophisticated map of consciousness in world history. It details the movement of prana and the alchemy of rapture as a path to liberation. Contrast with Cathar asceticism. One path renounces the world, the other celebrates it as the body of God. Both reject external authority in favor of direct gnosis. Both were persecuted for it. The genius of Shaivism is its psychological precision. Recognition dissolves suffering instantly. This is profoundly empowering and threatening to any system that needs dependent believers. Practice for recognition. Sit. Feel the sensation of being aware. Ask, who is aware? Rest in the answerless openness. This is Pratyabhijna. Abhinavagupta would smile. Part 4. Hermetic Memory and the Burning of Bruno, 1600. In Renaissance Europe, Giordano Bruno revived the ancient art of memory. He saw the universe as infinite, with countless suns and worlds. He taught that the divine is immanent in all things. For this, the Roman Inquisition burned him alive in 1600. His tongue was gagged. He refused to recant. Bruno was a radical asserting an infinite living cosmos. His death was the Inquisition's warning. His crime was the assertion of a single divine mind animating the universe. This threatened the finite, anthropocentric medieval worldview. Hermeticism itself traces back to Alexandria. The Corpus Hermeticum speaks of gnosis as direct knowledge of God. Bruno embodied the idea that the philosopher could participate in divine creativity. His execution failed. His ideas influenced the greatest thinkers of the future. The deeper transmission, direct participation in cosmic mind, lives in anyone who senses the sacred unity of existence. Practice. Build a small memory palace. Choose a familiar building. Place vivid images representing ideas you want to remember. Feel how this trains both imagination and presence. Part 5. Terma and the Hidden Future, Tibetan Continuity. Padmasambhava, the lotus-born, hid teachings as terma, mind treasures, to be revealed in future ages of darkness. This ensured that when institutions decayed, fresh transmissions could arise. Vajrayana emphasizes direct empowerment. The teacher's mind merges with the student's, pointing to naked awareness. Terma is evolutionary wisdom. In our era, terma-like revelations appear as sudden insights or scientific discoveries that align with ancient truths. Direct transmission empowers the individual to become sovereign. Part 6. Synthesis, the perennial thread and modern implications. The message is identical. You are not separate. The divine is not elsewhere. Transmission is possible because awareness is already one. Institutions rise and fall. Books burn, yet the chain continues. Modern relevance. In the age of surveillance, capitalism, and algorithmic control, the old threats return. The antidote remains. Cultivate discernment and develop your own direct relationship with awareness. Closing guided transmission. Close your eyes. Feel the space in which all sensations arise. That space is aware. It has no boundary. Rest is that. You are the knowing, not the known. This knowing was what the Perfecti carried into the flames. What Bruno saw in the stars. It is yours. Always was. The chain continues through you. The transmission is complete. Thank you for watching Frequency XO Productions, and remember, never give up on yourself.